Hi, welcome to our channel. We're Tim and Mindy, and we're happy that you can join us this week on our Trader Joe's haul.
For this week, we've got some of our old standbys that we're enjoying that we'll feature again, as well as some new favorites, I'm sure. And among those that we're going to feature is a nice wine and cheese pairing. We're going to also talk about some brand new dips that have come in for the summer, even one that's been here a little while anyway, but it's new to us, and especially being on WW will be a treat. And then we are looking forward to a recipe later on. So let's get this started.
Let's get this started, and of course, let's start with our wine and cheese pairing.
And to start kicking that off, we've got a nice red wine, 2017 red wine, The Count, and it's under $10 price point, so it's excellent. And we've got, in fact, you had something you wanted to say about it too.
We have shared this one before. It's a beautiful wine. If you go to any other wine shop, I cannot believe how much more expensive it is. Trader Joe's definitely bargained to get a good price on this to be under $10, and grab it while you can.
Yeah, it's a Buena Vista winery type wine, so it's excellent. And
Buena Vista is one of the oldest wineries in California, too.
It actually is, isn't it? And to go along with this bolder wine, a red wine, it's savory. Obviously, again, you want to let it aerate a little bit. The flavor layer will come through on this. And to go with that, you've got a nice smoked cheddar that's, we featured it before, but because it's so good, we're bringing it back. A good smoked cheddar with paprika on the outside. So we thought that nice, bold cheese would go well with this nice red wine. And my goodness, nothing better than all those flavors melding together.
And that's what I like about WW is you can't have anything that you want. You just have to figure out where the points are important for you. This one is a little higher in points. I think it is like 4 points per ounce, but half an ounce, 14 grams goes quite a long way to have a little snack or just yummy to go with your little glass of wine.
Other new item in that wanted to highlight is saddle chips, kind of like Pringles, but in Trader Joe's variety. And actually, they're not bad on WW also. Points are very reasonable for just a nice serving, which is about 11 chips out of this can. And it's just nice when you want that crispiness to go along with what you're eating as well. And the pretzels do that for us as well, but just a nice variety to that.
Now, something that they do have, these are more for him. I don't want to use my points on this, but something they do have is the new popcorn. You can see we already got into it. This is the Hatch chili and cheddar popcorn. It's got a really nice flavor to it. It's not too hot. You can taste the cheddar cheese. You can taste the chili. We shared some with friends and they enjoyed it also already.
You can't go wrong with Hatch chilies. I love that taste of that popcorn also. So very outstanding.
And then we have an old standby in our snacks.
Favorite, the peanut butter pretzel bites. It's the blue package is the salted, the red package is the non-salted, so either way you prefer. They're wonderful in their little bites, and I know we've enjoyed them in the past with different activities that we've chosen to do, but they bring a special memory back to you, don't they?
They do. As long as my family's been shopping at Trader Joe's, which is way over 40 years, this has been in a canister besides my dad's chair for him to snack on while he's watching TV in the evening. It brings back good memories for me. I also enjoy it, and it's reasonable on WW, so you can get that salty, peanut butter, crunchy yum.
Yeah, it's her dad that got me started with these, that's for sure. So can't go wrong, and the points are very good for the grab as well. We have also bacon.
This has become a regular. When it's only 1 point a slice, for us to have a couple slices in the morning with our eggs, such a reasonable breakfast.
Yes, and it's one of the best ones, I feel anyway. I mean, there's all kinds of good bacon at Trader Joe's, but this one, as we've talked about in the past, the bendability of it, but also the low points and flavor. You can't go wrong. And going a few slices at a time with your eggs, it lasts pretty long too.
But once in a while, we like to up our points a little bit, and that would be taking us to the hash browns.
This is maybe once a week.
Adds to our breakfast, but it's amazing how much it does not add. It's only a couple points for the whole package. He takes 2/3 because he has more points than I do. I take about 1/3. And it just makes a very enjoyable breakfast that we usually have on the porch while we watch our birds go by.
Yeah, the shredded hash browns, we love using an iron griddle that we have from our camp stove, and just lay them out there, and then eggs over easy, mixing in with them. It's a nice, very reasonable breakfast, but also, like as she mentioned, I think the whole package was about 11 points, 12 points or something like that. So it's not that you want to eat a whole package, but it's very reasonable to incorporate once in a while. The
You want to continue in the freezer?
I'm continuing the freezer and with the high point range as well. This is higher points, but it's so good. If you want that treat meal once in a while where you maybe done some low point other meals to prepare for it, it's a family style meat lasagna. It's way better than, at least to me, than anything you can get in most stores for a frozen lasagna.
But you know what? It really wasn't that high in points. I was really surprised because the whole package is 44 points. You take just 1/4, which is about a cup worth. I was more than satisfied with that, and that was 11 points for a yummy dinner.
Wonderful comfort food, and what we like to do, because it takes quite a bit. I'm trying to remember if it's an hour and 15 minutes to
It takes an hour to bake.
About an hour. We like to actually do it the night before we're going to eat it, let the flavors go through it, and then when you do have it, all you have to do is warm it up. It's wonderful.
Then
some more frozen?
More frozen. These were brand new for us to try. They're both Indian dishes. I was surprised that they were only 7 points a dish. So what we did was bring both of them home, split them in half, and then made vegetables on the side. I made spinach with us for us. So we got the chicken tikka masala, the vegetable biryani, and the spinach on the side. It filled up our whole plate. It was 7 points for the whole plate for a beautiful, yummy Indian dinner that night.
I'm a believer. They just can't go wrong either with the biryani, the chicken tikka.
I have to check out some of the other points on the other Indian dishes. A few of them were too high for my taste, but I'll have to go back and check some more.
I'm sure they taste good as well as these. These surprised me because I've never really tried them as a meal, but they were excellent, and the flavors really, those Indian spices run through them. So I definitely would go back and have another meal.
I was surprised. Awesome. The biryani one was very spicy. The chicken masala was not as spicy. They balance each other out because I have a lower spice level.
Also something brand new, because Trader Joe's has never ever before
had finally have
strawberry ice cream. Well, it's non-dairy strawberry oat frozen dessert. So it's just arrived in the Trader Joe's frozen section.
It is outrageous in the points.
Yep.
So it's going to be one of those you either have to use your weekly points or have a very small portion. But I did want to try it because it's a unique combination.
Yes, and that it definitely wouldn't be your front point friendly, but it's still worthy of a try, maybe in small amounts.
And did you see the combination? It's strawberry with almond brittle and candied strawberries.
That does not sound bad at all, so I'm sure we'll enjoy that. And
then, of course, we did find our new treasure.
Yes. Did you want to feature that?
You go for it.
This here. It's been around a little bit, but on WW we were looking to try this because it actually is 0 points.
For 2 tablespoons.
For 2 tablespoons on this, whereas some of the others are 1. And we accidentally stumbled into a real treasure with these. It's a non-dairy coconut whip topping. You put this on sugar-free vanilla pudding, and for you coconut cream pie enthusiasts without the crust, like I'm a coconut cream pie guy, this is right there. It's a wonderful topping, and it goes well with any other flavor like cheesecake or chocolate puddings as well for 2 points.
I guess also last year they had problems with the canister getting gunky at the top and wasting some of it. So there's instructions at the bottom. Make sure you follow the instructions on how to rinse it and keep it going. That way you can use your whole bottle up, but it's definitely worth the whole bottle.
Yeah, nice tip on that. But it has a beautiful coconut flavor, not over the top, but just that beautiful smooth one, and whipped cream, and with a 2 point sugar-free pudding portion. And this, it's a beautiful little dessert on WW.
Then they have this brand new sparkling black tea with peach juice. It's 1 point a can. The sparkle was nice. It wasn't overly sweet because there's no sugar in it, no artificial sugars in it. It's just the tea and the peach juice.
Very refreshing on a hot summer day. It's wonderful over ice.
It's definitely a favorite. We will be getting more of these.
Then we come to our dips, huh?
Let's go for our dips. They had a ton of new dips coming out. They can be used for a variety of things. So the first one I found was the Walnut Pesto with Parmesan cheese. This one was higher in the points. I think it was like 6 points for 2 tablespoons, which is very high. I'm sure it could be extended out with some Greek yogurt to make it a dip or to make it a sauce on top of fish or something else, or just use your points. But that was a new one there. Can't wait to try that one. This one was the herb tahini sauce. Again, it was a little lower in the points. I think it was like 3 points for 2 tablespoons. And tahini is good in almost anything. Again, I think you could extend it out with the non-fat yogurt. Put it on top of some fish, maybe on some chicken. Looking forward to that one. And then our third one is our Romesco dip. This one is Spanish and it's made with red peppers, tomatoes, and crushed almonds. This was a little lower in the points if I remember right. And so you could even use it just straight on top of chicken, fish, whatever you need. But it adds some nice flavoring. And then the last one,
Chocolate.
This one has definitely been a controversy. Chocolate hummus.
Yep.
It's such a weird concept. I saw online that someone froze it or refrigerated it and they said it tastes like fudge. And again, 2 tablespoons is really low in the points. So if you're looking for just that yum and you need sugar or sweet or whatever, this might satisfy it, the chocolate hummus. I have also seen it dipped with apple slices. It's more of a dessert even though it's got the word hummus on it, but it's gotta be good.
And by itself is not so sweet. So if you're looking for the sweeter version, the apples, there's different good carriers for that, like the dried fruit could be a good carrier, the apple slices. If you're looking maybe to flavor it another way, peanut butter bombas, the snack, it's like a peanut butter Cheeto from Israel. We'll have to feature that one of these times. They're really good in the snack section, peanut butter snack. But there's different ways you can go to enhance that chocolate.
And then we have our old standby. I have the 4 cans and the Trader Joe's taco seasoning mix. It's the tomatoes with tomatoes with green chilies. It is the organic pinto beans, the whole kernel corn that they've had forever, and then the fat-free refried beans. That's the secret weapon that made the whole soup taste yummy and creamy. And then the taco seasoning mix. I have heard people put this in 1 pound of ground beef and hate it. It's because it's not meant for 1 pound. This actually is enough for 2 to 3 pounds of ground beef. I just put it into a shaker and shake it on or measure it out. It's powerful, it's spicy, but it has the perfect flavor if you're trying to make taco soup or anything along that lines.
And that is an excellent soup on WW as well. Another thing I neglected to mention about the chocolate hummus dip, and this isn't anything to do with WW, this is more to do with flavor for you chocolate banana enthusiasts. The banana chips make a wonderful carrier for dipping into the chocolate hummus as well. So you can get that in the dried fruit and nut section.
Now another thing that Trader Joe's has is the Belade butter. It's a light butter. I like the flavor of this butter. For 1 tablespoon, it's only 2 points. I usually use only half a tablespoon in the morning on my toast. So I have my 2 slices of toast in this, and that's 3 points. Along with my egg, makes a nice breakfast. If we add the bacon, then it's a 4-point breakfast. Again, reasonable breakfast, and yet you feel like you've had something that you enjoy, and that was the Belade light butter.
The blue cheese crumble, have we featured that?
We have not, and that is part of our recipe.
Ah, the recipe. We come to the end here with recipe. Tell us a little bit about the blue cheese and what you're putting in that recipe.
Trader Joe's came out with a new salad kit. It was the buffalo blue cheese salad kit, or buffalo ranch. I love the salad kit, but the points were outrageous. Of course, you can change out the dressing with the non-fat Greek yogurt. So I took that and I took some of the blue cheese crumbles, and then two things not Trader Joe's items was the Good Seasonings Ranch seasoning mix, and Frank's Red Hot sauce. I mixed that along with the cabbage and I came pretty close. I throw some chicken in. It's a great lunch to have when we go to work. So that is our recipe for this week, is I will show you how to put that together. Very easy with very few dishes.
So this week's haul, we've had some good things already that have been featured. The wine and cheese pairing, the red wine with the smoked cheddar and paprika. We've talked about some of the new dips out for the summer, as well as some nice treats in our frozen section. Don't forget our beautiful coconut whipped cream as well. And then to finish up the recipe. So stay tuned for the recipe. Thanks for joining us on this week's Trader Joe's Treasure Hunt Minefield.
And we'll see you next week. Please leave comments. They really do help, and it helps us grow.
And we'll look forward to next week with you. Thank you.
Bye. This is a really easy recipe. I actually make it in the container I'm going to take my salad in. It starts off with a 1/4 cup of a non-fat yogurt. Then I add 1 tablespoon of fat-free milk just to thin it out a little bit. 1 teaspoon of the ranch dressing mix. Give that all kind of a stir to get it all stirred up. I try to get the milk blended in before I add a teaspoon of the apple cider vinegar. Adds a little bit of that tang you're looking for. Right there. Stir it up again. Zero out your measuring. This is the one point where I do zero out, and then I add 14 grams of blue cheese crumbles. And that is 1 point worth of blue cheese crumbles. There we go, 14 grams, but it's enough to add that blue cheese flavor. And then 1 tablespoon of Frank's Red Hot. A little bit of salt and pepper. Stir the whole thing up. Your salad dressing is made. All I add on top is the shredded cabbage. And then if I want to make it a complete meal, I'll add some shredded chicken. Put the lid on and it is ready to go for lunch. Easy peasy.